Yeah, nothing like when you find out that your ear case is, well, like peanut butter in it. More like PB in case. We got a case in our hands, and it's full of brown and orangish, which I have very clean ears. I mean, I'm not the greatest listener, but I have good ears. I guess you say my Samsung Galaxy Buds are they get an earful, which actually I got behind a concrete truck the other day, right? This is a true story. Well, I mean, why would I lie about that? It's a pretty common thing. We've all been behind a cemented truck that says, hey, stay back 200 feet. Because, if this cement falls on your windshield or for whatever reason, something falls off and it goes straight through your dashboard and, it looks like a final destination death scene, we are not responsible. And got me to thinking, so we have a nice little sign that says, stay back 200 feet. We are not responsible if you get hurt. So, if I strap a mattress on top of my vehicle, do like one of those janky jobs with some yarn and some box straps and, get some really tight rope. Starting to get a little kinky in bed on top of my car. Never gotten kinky on top of my car, no matter what car I've had. I barely even looked up in the stars. Like, I've never had that. Well, I've never really had the type of car that could probably bear that type of weight. Where it's like, hey, lovely lady, let's lay on top of my car and look at the stars. Because then there were probably a dent from her left ass cheek. That's like the size of a star. Because I don't know if you guys know, but stars are actually very big. Stars are like as big as like states. So it's all about your state of mind or the state of that ass on my car. But so if I tie like one of those purple beds, so shit, they're not lightweight, but just say a typical standard box spring bed, driving it home from Mattress Plus. And then on the way home, I put a little sticker on the back of my car that says, hey, stay back 50 feet. If this mattress happens to fall off and you run over it, flip over, and then, hit a kid on a bicycle, I'm not responsible because I put this sign that says I'm not responsible. And I guess it's like, I appreciate the fact that you will not take accountability for something that you failed to strap and proceed and actually hold down. But at the same time, I guess it's like, hey, if you go through my phone, I'm gonna tell you, hey, girl, don't go through my phone. You're gonna see some shit you don't want to see. Oh, Drake. But if I tell you not to go through my phone and you go through my phone and you see some shit you don't want to see, it's like, hey, I put a warning sign that says, hey, if I were you, I wouldn't do this. And I'm not responsible for however the result of this happens. So, actually, now I think about it, the sign's not bad. But so if I put this sign on my car and the mattress falls off and some crazy event happens, no one can sue me because I put a little sign that says, hey, not my fault. It's not my fault that I ruined your, year. It's not my fault that I affected your life because now you're paralyzed from the waist down. It's not my fault because I told you to stay back 50 feet. Now, what if they stay back 65 feet? And then it happens. Then it's like, damn, how much of it do I blame? The 15 feet that you did stay, do you just get like extra 15% that I got? Like, hey, I'll cover 50% of your bill. A percent for every foot. But yeah, it's just crazy. But I mean, I'm sure those companies have insurance for that shit, because like you can't just put shit on your car and be like, hey, it's kind of a you problem. It's like, actually, it's a us problem because it's a public road and you cause some issues on a public road. So Yeah. We got a problem. We. It's crazy. That Miss Officer song by Lil Wayne. I don't know, like, it randomly, like, I heard the song before, of course, but, like, sometimes you re-listen to a song years and years when it comes back in your playlist or you hear it somewhere, and it's like, damn. It's like, man. It's like, this shit, like, this was, like, an era of music where it was, like, with the Bobby Valentino feature, when he wasn't, getting, pegged by the Laverne Cox of Orange is the New Black. Actually, I had a friend, well, an ex of mine. It was a while ago. She went to some type of event downtown, of course, and Bobby Valentino was there. Do I think she was fudging the story a little bit? Maybe. Not that Bobby Valentino was there, but I think maybe she may have been fudging a little bit of how, like, he was trying to get her to come up to the hotel room and stuff. But apparently he tried to make a pass at her, invite her, and say, hey, damn, girl, you fine. And it's like, yeah, she's a pretty woman. I don't disagree with that part. But she said no. Like, oh, she was flattered because, some famous legend in the game wanted to bring her up. But, apparently he's into some sweet stuff. And she did not want to go down that trail mix of a road. I guess she told them to slow down. I just want to get to know you. Well, I guess he did it. But damn. Wee. All right. But yeah, welcome to episode 180 of the Off and Beat podcast with Clint Nelson. I'm your host, Clint Nelson. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to suck some titties. And the only reason why my voice is sounding a little odd because I'm very distracted by this goddamn dishwasher. Yes, dishes are necessary. Dishwashers are very necessary, but I probably should have waited till the dishwasher was done, but I'm a very impatient guy. And I guess I could have pulled the latch and stopped the dishes from being cleaned, but then I would be eating off, my lap. And although I don't mind a little something on my lap, mayonnaise dripping off sandwiches ain't one of them. Jesus. Recording this on February 13th. Wow. It's Monday the 13th. Doesn't exactly ring off the bell like Friday the 13th, but hey, day before Valentine's. And literally like 3 hours after the Super Bowl. That was probably a more important storyline. What's more important? The day it's funny how they made the Super Bowl on a day where the in-between day, it's like you get a day break where everyone gets a break like, this whole day event is made around the Super Bowl. Then you get a day break. Well, most people go to work on Mondays and stuff. But then it's like, oh yeah, then by the way, in case your whole day wasn't occupied on the Super Bowl of, making all the shit, going to do something and all that stuff, it's Valentine's Day. So, gonna keep you busy that day too. And I just I enjoyed the Super Bowl. It was really nice. I enjoy being around the fam, as the kids say. It's crazy, like every time you go over, I don't know if you guys have like good mothers and stuff, but every time you go over to your mom's house, sometimes you come home with a new microwave, as they say. I came home. I was like, yeah, I expect I was going to come home with some food. We always make too much food, wings, chicken, and all this shit, sandwiches. Like, all right. And then next thing you know, hey, you want to take, like, I was like, hey, you want these towels? Like, sure. Oh, yeah, do you want this microwave? It's like, actually, I kind of need a microwave. So, yeah, I'll take the microwave. It's actually the first place I lived in where a microwave wasn't included. It's the first anything I've been in where a microwave wasn't included. I've stayed at $50 a night hotels that had microwaves. But, yeah, I pay $1,200 plus a month, and it doesn't come with a fucking microwave. Like, you can't include a microwave. I have to, it's already extra to do all this other shit. You can't just have a microwave included. But you know what? Fuck me. But hey, you know what? Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. God damn it, this cat always wants to fucking open the goddamn door when I'm in the middle of something. Well, too bad. You can sit there at the door, look at me, give me those angry eyes like you're a little snake, barracuda. Oh, kitty, don't play that. But yeah. It's been... I'm a little out of it, I ain't gonna lie. But it's cool. You know, that's what we're here for. As a Florida Georgia Line would say, I just want to talk you out of it. Oh. So, I've talked about Sam Hunt on the podcast before. You know, when he went through his little snafu with his wife and all that stuff. Because he is literally one of my favorite artists. But the thing about him, that could be not frustrating, because but he doesn't drop music often, like almost at all. And so he'll randomly drop a song here and there until he takes 8 years to drop an album, which is fine. And so the other night, I literally got off work, turned on my Spotify, and it said, hey, new release from Sam Hunt. And I'm like, oh shit. And it was a single. I'm like, cool. And you know what the name of the song is? The name of the song is called Walmart, right? No joke. Look it up. And I'm thinking, all right, a country artist, kind of. And the song is called Walmart. Is he going to make some, like, play on words about, I'm going to roll you back, like the prices at Walmart or some shit? It's like, damn, I'm going to cut a deal. Man, you're the type of girl I could go to any section and get in her midsection, like Walmart. Girl, I wouldn't want you to lay away, but if you want to lay away, I'll give you some to lay away. Because you're going to pay down the line anyways. But like, and you put an emoji smiley face, you know? I don't know. Well, that's not really Walmart's like emoji. It's fun. Walmart was like the original smiley emoji, and then these apps and text messages kind of stole the emoji. But Walmart was the original smile face emoji. But anyways, sorry. And, you know, I can't remember the last time I've seen an employee smile at Walmart. Not saying I blame you. But if your whole, like, slogan and logo stuff is supposed to be how happy you are, like, I can't remember the last time I've seen a Walmart employee just smile. Or even pretend to smile. But anyways, so this song, it's called Walmart. And I was like, this is a little out there. I'm into out there stuff. Let me see what's out there. I play the song, and it's this very somber, like, orchestra, like, oh, this is going to be some slow shit. It's like, wonder how Walmart ties into this. And then during the song, to sum it up, he's basically talking about running into, he's kind of describing a young love situation with a girl in his old small town, and describing their last situation of, man, you know, the tears through your eyes telling me blah blah blah. And then the chorus starts and he says, I ran into your mama at Walmart. And I'm like, oh, okay. And essentially the mom had her daughter / his old fling's child with her. So basically the grandmother was having the child at Walmart, strolling her around and stuff. And I was like, man. And it turns in, it's like, damn, like, this guy feels kind of sad because, oh man, like, that should be me. And then it's like, oh, then it turns in, you know, everything happens for a reason. And losing your love ain't the end of the world. I saw your mom at a Walmart. And your little girl. And your little girl. It's like, damn. And I'm not gonna lie, the first couple times I'm like, this shit is corny as hell. This is like the worst fucking thing, like, oh my God, like, you know, sometimes you hear a song from artists you like, and like, oh, this is like the downfall of the quality of this person's music, like becoming obsolete, or like where honestly you may stop listening to these people that you enjoy. Because like sometimes like people put out songs and it's like it starts becoming a trajectory of kind of like where they are in their artistry and stuff. But you know, I've noticed with songs like him and songs that with artists I like is that on the first listen or 2 or 3 or 5 or 20, I don't always like feel it, but I like to listen to it over and over again over a period of time, and then maybe I'll start to like it more. And that's kind of what's happened. I literally replay this shit 15 times a day. I was playing it during my workout. It's a weird song to play while you're bench pressing, setting PRs, but it's like, yeah. I wish I had a little girl at Walmart. And then 205 getting up there. And I'm like, damn. I'm just like, and now it's like this very addicting song. And what it got me to thinking is, I think I know why it takes artists forever to like put out a song, like a simple song, or at least most artists, like, because you'll hear the story, oh yeah, you know, we started working on this thing like a year ago, we started working on the thing like 8 months ago, we wrote it, and then we kind of put it together in the past couple months and stuff. It's like, why does it take a couple months once everything's put together? Like, it either sounds good or it doesn't. And I think because sometimes they've probably listened to the song thousands of times to break it down and really nitpick every little part of it. Does it sound good sonically? Does it age well? Is something re-listenable? And I think that's kind of the process of putting out a song that I guess I've never really took for granted, or didn't really understand why it takes forever to put out music. Because like some could be finished, but the reason why they let it sit there is so they can actually assess it, so they can really actually see if like this is a song that 6 months from now people will still consistently listen to and the song will grow. And I think that's like how this song got me, because like it's like the name of a song called Walmart is very off-putting. But Walmart is just the place that it takes place at, because Walmart signifies typically like a certain type of class, like lower to middle class, people shop there, a certain type of living, a certain type of environment typically Walmarts are in. Like Walmarts are typically not in like big city places. They're in very like kind of rural areas more likely than not. So it sets that type of setup of, you know, Walmart's the place for the baby mamas, we're going to be honest, or with inconsistent fatherhood. We'll just be generous. Not judging, I just go to Walmart too, so I guess I'm part of the problem. I saw Clint at a Walmart. If you see me at a Walmart, it's because all the other places are closed, by the way, because, you know, I have standards. And they don't have like a rewards program. Like every grocery store, every store has like a rewards program. Walmart is the only one that doesn't even have like a Walmart rewards program for shopping there. Even Target has rewards. Grocery stores, all these places has, but Walmart and Publix. You know why? Because they're like, for what we offer, you're going to come here and get our shit anyways, whether we roll down the prices or not. So pay up. But anyways, but yeah. And I think I kind of understand why it takes forever to put shit out. And I think now I kind of like, I respect the process of making music more than I did before. Because like you could write lyrics, you can make instrumentations, you could play instrumentals and put a song together. But I understand like, oh, things just don't come together easily, and even if something comes together so quickly, you got to give it time to really see if it actually festers and actually has like staying power. Because I've written things for my personal projects for things, and I'll write something, right? And I'm like, man, I don't know about this. And then, like, I don't work on that thing for months. I'll work on something else. And I come back to it months later, and I'm like, oh, wow, this shit actually, like, sounds like, holy fuck. Like, this really, when you give some time to, like, kind of simmer or let it breathe in your head, you're not in just a one-track mode of boom, boom, boom. It's like you have an outside point of view, but you understand it because you were on the inside before. It's like coming back to an old job that you haven't worked there in 4 years, but you know what's behind the counter. And yeah. And yeah, it was just actually I was actually pleasantly surprised. Like, oh. This is pretty nice stuff. But yeah. Whew. Alrighty. You tell this is a rough one. Rough. I think I should become a dog walker. Actually, no, I want to be a cat walker. I want to be. I think I think being a personal trainer for humans is cool, but I would actually want to be a personal trainer for cats losing weight. Because, there's this cat. Her name's Skitty, right? Now, the only thing Skitty about her is she looks like she eats like bags of Skittles a day. Because it literally looks like she has 2 bowling balls. It could be diabetes. It could be a tumor. I don't know. But this cat is like the definition of like Garfield with like no charisma. Like, it is just this blob. Like, at least Garfield's funny. At least Garfield's like a cat where if you were to see it up in a tree, you'd be like, I feel like this cat's pranking me. Like, this cat is this just fat blob. And I don't like the, body shame, but, I do find it funny how and it typically comes from cat owners specifically, is that I should say isolated cat owners where, like, oh, their whole life is about their cat and, like, everything in their life is about their cat. And then they're, like, the most judgmental people. They're like, oh, I'm so anti-body shaming. But then they'll fat shame their cat. They'll fat shame other cats, fat shame dogs. They'll be more harsh if you treat your cat or dog worse than if you treat your son or daughter. Because I think it's because they look at cats and dogs like they can't do nothing for themselves. And when like a little child, it's like, oh, well, that child is undisciplined and all this shit. It's like, all right, you know what? But I want to be like a personal fitness guru for cats, because I feel like people that own cats or dogs or any animal, to be honest, they will pay more to get their animal in shape or get their animal health in check than they would their son or daughter. So it's basically an opportunity to just scam people. And you do like 20% less work. Oh, hey, yeah, we put this cat in this little treadmill, held them together, make them walk for 5 hours. Like, yeah, they're going to lose weight. Trust me, I'm putting them on a program. Man, sounds almost like actual animal torture, to be honest. Animal services. I'm just throwing theories out there. Maybe you should, feed your animals better quality food out here. Maybe they wouldn't run away. But I honestly feel like someone that would pay someone to help their cat lose weight, there's really not a cap number that they wouldn't pay to make it happen. Like, I'd be like, yeah, give me $2,000 a month, and I'll make your cat go from 15 pounds to 13.5. Imagine if someone would pay you $2,000 to help them lose 1.5 pounds of their body. Now, granted, 1.5 pounds off a 15-pound body, that's like literally like, trying to do the math here, like 8% of their body weight, so it's pretty substantial. It would be like someone who's 200 pounds losing 8%, so that's like, they would be in like the 182 range. Like, that's a pretty substantial amount. 18 pounds ain't no joke in a month. So 1.5 pounds off a cat is pretty substantial. So I wouldn't take that lightly. I would take it serious. But damn, you know how easy that job would be? And I think it would be pretty good at it. Because I think I have this weird, and I think what people think cats want, or dogs. Oh, you got to do this and this, because like all cats and dogs are the same, right? But then I have like this secret connection with them. Like I make, like at first they have this like love-hate, like, it's annoying the fuck out of me. But you give them a little tap on the heads and shit. And at first they're kind of like, ugh, because they're a little thrown by it. Because everyone just pets them the fucking same. Oh, do the Swiffer Duster method. Oh, do the Lysol wipe method. Oh, you know, scrub under their chin. Oh, scrub their belly. It's like, no, tap. Like, give them a nice, firm, quick tap on the head. Like it's a penguin. And over time, they love that shit. You know why? Because you stand out. You're something that they've never experienced before. So you know what? They feel alive. They're tired of being treated the same by everyone. They're tired of being treated like they're robots on iRobot. They're tired of being treated like they're just things that they're like, oh, you're so cute. It's like, no, you know what? Let them know, like, hey, you know, I'll throw you out on the street in 2 seconds if you talk to me or purr on my chest so politely. Just sleep on me, baby. It's like, I wish you would scratch my foot. You know, I like things getting a little spicy. But, you know, you got to create a tension and a friction for them to actually, like, have a love attachment. I know it actually sounds like I'm building trauma and something. But you know what? What works for you works for me, right? Sometimes you got to build a little toxic trauma between you and your animal for them to actually love you. And for them to actually look at you and be like, this person actually cares about me. Because they don't treat me like everyone else. They don't put me on a pedestal, but they don't treat me like dirt. They treat me well, but then if I do something wrong, you know, they show me as such. Sometimes people either treat the animals way too well or they treat them like absolute shit. And the worst part is people that call their animal their child, but then they don't treat them like they would a child. When your child does good, you reward them and let them know, like, hey, you know what? You're doing good stuff. When your child fucks up and, you know, accidentally steals your car and drives it through a neighbor's yard, you know what? You punish them. Animals are no different. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If they're just like us, treat them as such. You know, when animals, you know, happen to bite a kid's face off because it wants to fuck with it, you know, Jesse, yeah, no harm. We only had to put down Harley because you were a fucking asswipe because you sucked at basketball and you want to play with his nose like he's fucking Air Bud and spike the ball in his face. And then you're surprised when he just bites the living fuck out of you. Yeah, you're damn right. I'm not for animals attacking kids, but sometimes kids gotta learn the hard way. If your kid goes to school and starts fucking throwing a basketball at another kid's nose, are you going to be surprised if that kid, like, punches that kid back in the face or beats the fuck out of him? No. So, you know what? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not for kids getting attacked by animals. But, hey, it's a life lesson. And I'm just saying, I think people would look at my unorthodox ways of building attachment to animals and be like, oh, you're annoying them. Oh, you're really not, that's not really how you deal with it. And now I'm like, you know what? Then why do they always come back around me? Whether it's a cat on the street, a dog on the side of the road, one that I bring into my house, one that, you know, I go over to another friend's house and I meet their dog and cat. And they always gravitate toward, you know, I walk in there and all cats and dogs are kind of iffy about you. They kind of stay in the corner. They kind of hide behind a box. They kind of hide behind this, kind of roam around and kind of side-eye you. But then over time, they start, you know, gliding across your ankle. The next thing you know, they start like kind of purring on your knee. Then they start hopping on your lap. And then next thing you know, you're petting them. And they're like, take me home, baby. And I'm like, you know what? I'll probably give you a better life than what's here. But you know what? I don't feel like paying another pet deposit. So, um, so, but trust me, I'm not gonna lie, if I had a home where I didn't have to worry about the pet deposit stuff, and I probably would have like 4 animals. Not gonna lie to you, because it's just be like, hey, you know what? Give a home. What's the worst that could happen? It's like when you have like 12, I want like 5 kids minimum. Well, as many kids as I can afford realistically. But if it's like you get to a certain amount of kids. Yeah, some kids are going to start having to share rooms, bunk beds and stuff. You know what? You'll all have to share a kitty litter. Most of the dogs will just have to kind of lay on the floor by each other and, share. Just have like one of those self-refillable bowls and shit. And, they don't care. They're just happy. They're just happy they get to just walk around. But domestic animals love me. And my unorthodox people critiquing, oh, you're not supposed to do this. Like, oh, you really shouldn't do this. It's like, you know what? You can't deny that they always come back. You can't say a girl doesn't like you if she's always texting you, even when she says, I fucking hate you. I mean, that's the dream. I mean, the fact that you told me that you hate me tells me that you think enough of me to tell me what you feel. And that's a great feeling. I would rather be told that I ain't shit to someone than for them to not say it at all. Because that shit's like, damn. You can get in your head about it. An animal, they'll always tell you, you're bothering me. Oh, I love that. Oh no, feed me. It can be kind of annoying at times, but hey, at least they're transparent. And, all you want to hear is to be told that we all need reaffirmation. Well, also, and I think with cats and dogs, it's no different. I love you. You love me. You scratch me when I call you my family. Talk about trauma bonding from a pet to me and you. Maybe you can, lick your butthole too. Thank God I can't lick my butthole. Why did I say that out loud? I guess it's a good thing I'm not that flexible. But if I was that flexible and I felt like I could do it, would I think about doing it? Would I be like, It'd be like if you can suck your own dick. Oh, Jesus, this pod just took a real turn. Or a curve. Trouble with a curve. It's not anti-Semitic, I promise. But it's like the whole thing. Like, what's harder? A dude sucking his own dick or a girl eating her own vagina? I mean, obviously, logistically, you would think a girl eating her own vagina, right? Or we'll just say licking your clit, right? Just take the N out of my name. Yeah, I know. But like the dick part, like, yes, men are not as flexible typically as women. But, if you got a nice ratio of bendability and dickability, it's possible. It's pretty realistic. Now, if you suck your own dick, you're probably a little sus at best. I think you automatically at least have to claim as bisexual. Nothing wrong with that. Not judging. But, a dick has been in your mouth. So, that's self-love to the maximum. And hey, if you ejaculate in your mouth, yeah, look, it's a done deal. But now, obviously for a woman, it would be harder. But at the same time, women are typically shorter. And the angle of the degree, like their body's like a protractor. It's this amazing thing. God made women's bodies like these protractor, where they can just sumo their head down to like 10 degrees. And, I honestly think more women could probably lick their own clit than men can suck their own dick. I don't know how you do that study. I don't know Harvard. I don't know MBA University. I don't know Oxford. I don't know how you do that study, because some people got to remain anonymous, and that would be kind of awkward. Like, all right, so here's what we need you to do. As you're in a stall with them, I need to see if you can toppy top your moppy mop. Because then it's like, my bloated, did I hydrate enough? Like, did I stretch good enough? There's so many things that can factor into it being a success or not a success, depending on what your idea of success, if you're part of that study. I guess it's just an interesting thing. I don't know. Would I want to be able to suck my own dick? No. I wouldn't. Even if I were to ever get that flexible, no. It's just not my thing. Sometimes some things are better left to the imagination. This whole don't you want to find out? Don't you want to find out what your body's fully capable of? It's like, not all of it. It's like, I don't want to find out if I have sciatica problems or a bad neck. Give me that Becky. If a guy, give me that Becky, but if you give yourself neck, it's almost like, I don't even know what's like a self version of Becky. It's like, give me that checky, give me that necky, give me that sexy, more like secky, because you're Adam's apple. Give me that Adam. Jesus. But yeah, it's just funny how I'm saying that on the eve of Valentine's. But yeah, this episode sucks, but I don't care. I'm already this far into it. Sweet as apple pie. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. Is it more sus for you as a dude? What would be more weird to a woman, right? Would it be more weird if a guy sucked his own dick or if he ate his own ass? Even though an ass would take more stretch and flexibility. And if a girl sees that guy's like that flexible, she's like, ooh, he could probably do some things to me. But then she sees you eat your ass, she might be like, ooh, yeah, my kind of dried the monsoon over here. It just I just wonder what would turn a woman off more. I mean, both would turn most straight women off, but we're in a very open society. We're in a very open-minded, like, you know what? It's all about, being your best self. It's all about discovering who you are. And sometimes you got to do a lot of things to know what you really like. And I believe that's an excuse to just actually do things that you want to do and you like, but you use the fact that you don't know if you like it to see if you like it when you know deep down that you like it. Like, I think if you like dick up your ass, I don't think you need to actually put a dick up your ass to confirm or deny it. And this is a guy or a girl, to be honest. Like, some things don't need to be found out. Like, if you're a straight dude and you're like, I'm not gay, but the only way I know is if there's a dick in my ass. It's like, actually, no, you don't. You know how you know you're not gay? You don't have the idea of putting a dick in your ass. So, keep your hole in one. I do want to go to Top Golf. Apparently my brother has a membership. $1,400 for 6 months. Not a bad deal if you're going often, because it's like $70 an hour. So essentially if you go twice a month, if you go for 2 hours, essentially if you were to go for 5 hours a month, you would get your money's worth. So that's a pretty good deal, actually, if you're going enough. But yeah, Why do I feel like Topgolf is like a hot spot for like gaypeoplemeet.com or like Grindr? No, there's anything wrong with that. This conversation is turning really gay, and I don't mean that in negative ways. Like, actually, it's a lot of questionable gay conversation stuff happening here. I'm starting to question my sexuality. Not really. But I'm a fool. I'm a fucking fool. Jesus, this is how you know I'm not really in it today. Whew. All right. But yeah. I'll drive her to the hole. All right. Now I'm just making golf puns. But yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Jesus would not look fond on this podcast episode. I can tell you that much. But, you know, if I was an Eminem, I think I'd be the yellow Eminem. And the reason why that just came to my mind, to be honest, because I think yellow is like a very brightful, right? Yellow is very brightful. And I know Skittles, technically the different colors you taste different, but M&M's, all the M&M's in a pack are going to taste the same regardless of the color. At least it's supposed to, right? But, so I guess M&M's are really shallow candy. Because it really does not matter what's on the inside. Because everyone on the inside is the same. Everyone on the inside of an M&M is the same. But Skittles is actually more about, you know, getting to know someone. It's actually about loving how something tastes. Loving everything that comes with it. So many different... The outside and the inside, it's like something new. Where Eminem is just like, it's like the movie Pleasantville. It's like everyone is the same. I don't care about your interests. I don't care about what you feel. I don't care about what actually makes you you. All I know is, on the outside, sure, you have like a bigger nose. On the outside, oh, you have some slick hair. But on the inside... You're just like every other one. You ain't shit. I can't say the following, but as in most of Summer Walker's songs, it'd be like, you ain't shit. So basically, if you're Eminem, if you like M&Ms, I'm pretty sure there's a study out there that people that like M&Ms are actually shallow creatures. People that like Skittles actually are very thoughtful and actually like compassionate and empathetic and actually like want to understand someone on a deeper level. So, that's why I prefer M&Ms, because I don't want to think about all that. So, yeah. And apparently, I forgot to delete some on my camera, so it says I have 3 minutes anyway. So, I guess I'll just wrap it up here, and I probably should have wrapped it up 43 minutes ago. But, yeah, that was episode 180 of the Off and Beat Podcast with Clint Nelson. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell on all apps. And by the way, I got 800 downloads the past couple days. So, you know, the pod is starting back up and it's starting to get a little traction. Because I guess the attraction has been building. All right, Clint. But yeah, most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to suck some titties. And yeah. And... this cat is really getting annoyed at me. Can't even look at me. There's a lot of things that can't look at me straight nowadays. Oh well. But hey, I got you by my side. Alright. Have a great day. Whatever day this is recorded or posted. Because it's being recorded. But whatever day is posted.